Welcome back to Storytime with Mrs. Farris. It's me, Mrs. Farris. Hola! Today we're going to read one of our very favorite books that we read in class. How Full is Your Bucket for Kids? Every time we had a new student that came in our class, or somebody was kind of feeling down, or anything like that, we just kind of decided to take a time out and read this book. This was one of the best ones. So I'm going to start out with that today and see what happens. So here we go. This is called the front cover, if you remember. So say it again with me. What is this called? Front cover, right? And this is called the spine of the book. And this is the back cover. So here we go. You ready? This is called the title page. And it has our name of the book again, written by Tom Rath and Mary Reckenmeyer, illustrated by Mari J. Manning. Those two people, well, those three people are very, very important people, because without them, we wouldn't even be able to have these words to read or these beautiful pictures to look at. So thank you to those people. Big, big thank you. Okay, here we go. Felix, this is Felix. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. "I want to build with you," she said. Felix scowled. "Go away. You're too little." Can we see? He's building a nice big tower. It's not very nice of Felix, is it? I don't like that. "I'm big. Stay back. You'll knock it over." "Oh, that's not very nice. I can be very careful." "Go back with your baby toys, Anna." Oh, goodness. So Anna drew a picture. She drew it of Felix. I think she's pretty good at drawing. And then she just scribbled it out. That's not very nice either, though. And then she wrote his name, Felix. She drew a big mean face and just scribble, scrabble, scribble, scrabble it out because she's pretty upset. And then, oh no, Anna took her doll and she went thwack and knocked down Felix's big tower. And we'll see what happens. It's probably not the best idea either. "Grandpa!" Felix yelled. Grandpa shook his head. "Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it is empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket?" Invisible bucket? Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when his grandfather was joking. Grandpas are like that, huh? Grandpas are so fun. Here's the picture. You never know with grandpas. You gotta watch them. But the next morning when Felix woke up, there it was. A small gray bucket floating above his head. Right here, do you see it? There's his bucket. Ooh, he woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning too. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. "I've got a meeting this morning and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still." What do you notice? What do you notice when you see that picture? Think about it. Looks like Mom is brushing Anna's hair. Looks like she's in a big, big hurry and it kind of hurts Anna, I'm thinking. And what do we see Felix doing over here? Probably not the best thing to do. We'll see. Felix slipped and cocoa weeds scattered across the floor. "Felix," yelled his mom, "you should have used the stool to reach that." Felix Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drip spill out. Drip, drip. Ha ha! Anna laughed as she crushed the cereal with her shoe. What do you think happened? Drip. Get the broom and get that up before you miss the bus, scolded Mom. Scolded Mom. Oh, you don't ever want your mom to scold you because that's like a with the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, can you see the picture? I'll let you see it. Hopefully you can see it good. Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Oh, Buster the dog. What do you think happened? Drip. Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it. Oh, he's on the bus, the school bus, and the people aren't being very nice to him. What's gonna happen? I bet you can guess. Drip. Psst. Felix. Psst. So these little kids in the hallway at classroom are talking about Felix. You guessed it. Drip. Watch out, shrimp. And he gets pushed in the hall. Drip. What do you think is happening to Felix's bucket right now? It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. Look at that bucket. It is really, really low. Let's see. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That is not very nice, is it? I don't like that very much. But that's what kind of feels like. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. They took my words right from my mouth. I've read it so many times. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Bumblenickel walked slowly up to his desk and handed him a paper. He could hardly bear to look. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen now? It's handwritten in Mrs. Bumblenickel's handwriting. Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class? Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop! I normally do a half face for that. So, there's an A+, there's this paper, and Felix gets up in the class, in front of the class, and Felix says, the Giganotosaurus who wanted a pet by me, Felix. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix, have to change it up a little bit. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt a whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Oh, look at all those. Drop, plop, plink, drop. Look at that bucket. What's going on? It's getting bigger and bigger. Oh, he's at lunch and he's unpacking his lunch and he finds a little note that says, I love you, Mom. And there's a big drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. She got to be team captain. Oh, they're in art class now. And the art teacher says, nice cow. And Felix says, it's a dog. And the teacher says, well, nice colors there, Felix. Another drop in his bucket. He's probably getting to feel pretty good, I would think. Cool laser ant backpack, Felix. This nice girl said, wow, his bucket's really getting up there. Can you see? I'll show you the other side too. Hopefully you can see. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Grandpas a lot of times are. Everyone else had a bucket too. He was looking around. Everybody's got a bucket. Check out where everyone's bucket, how they're looking. Some of them are kind of full, some of them are kind of empty. You never know what somebody's going through out there, huh? You're at the playground or anywhere out there, you never know what somebody's bucket's gonna be like. Okay, so it looks like a teacher or a principal drops his papers and his books, and Felix said, let me help you. Drop in both of their buckets. Here's your baseball, catch. Thanks, dude. Drop in both of their buckets. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yes, I'm Amir. Drop. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. That's one of the best parts. It's one of my very favorite parts. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, "You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works." Then he saw Anna's torn doll. "Bad dog," he almost scolded. That word again, scolded. You don't want anyone scolding you ever. Try to avoid that. It'll happen sometimes, but try and avoid it. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. You never know, dogs might have buckets, right? Your doll will be okay, Anna, said Felix. Mom will fix her. Anna's crying. Wah! Until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? What do you think she says? I think she said, yeah. And so they did. Felix and Anna built the biggest tower in the world with his blocks. So, what's the point, Mrs. Farris? What's the deal? Why is this book so important? Why was it one of your favorite books to read? Everyone, by helping someone else, you help yourself too, and you help the whole world feel better. Help your teacher, help your classmate, help anyone out there. If you're nice and you listen to others and you're kind, your bucket, do you feel it? Do you see it? Try and imagine it up there. My bucket's been feeling pretty full lately. I've been hearing back from a lot of my students after my first video, my first Storytime with Mrs. Farris video, and that's been making my bucket feel so full. And I've been talking to a lot of my friends and family members, and they watched the video too, and all kinds of people, and they said it made them feel really good. So that's the whole point, right? That's why we do everything we do, is so we can just be kind to people and help learn as much as we can and just do good things, because I know you guys all want to do good things. Make smart choices. Remember, always always, always make smart choices. Remember in class, I didn't even have to say it out loud. I just went like this. Everyone knew Mrs. Farris was saying, make smart choices. So all of you, if your name begins with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, anywhere in the whole entire alphabet, A through Z, I bet your name does start with one of those letters. This video is for you out there. If you were one of my former students, if you were one of my family members, if you were one of my friends, if you were my foreign exchange student daughter who lives in Poland and has a baby, if your name is anything out there, this is for you. And I want you to go out there, fill somebody's bucket, see how your bucket's filling too. Make sure your bucket's feeling good. And go out there, make smart choices, do good things, and until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.